Hello everyone, this is Viraj and welcome to GS Core. This program named Daily Current Affairs and Analysis is designed for the purpose of helping you know facts which are important for UPSC prelims, and we help you to decode them with analysis so that you are prepared to answer the questions asked in the prelims examination. For this, as I told you, we look into the facts and analyze those facts from the point of view of requirement of UPSC prelims, and we also take up MCQs, multiple choice questions, so that we can help you to skill yourself to solve those questions in prelims exam. Okay, so let us first and foremost look at important topics of the day. The first topic is FDI in space sector. This is very important from economic point of view and science point of view also. We have, for after a very long period, we have opened up a sector for investments. Okay. Second is panel for QR community. This is also important for taking into consideration the focus that UPSC is putting in the prelims exam itself on the issues of social justice. Then we have news on candidature from 2 seats. Now this is with respect to Navin Patnaik's decision to fight Vidhan Sabha elections from 2 seats in Odisha. Then we have NASA's Mars Copter जिसने अपना लास्ट सिग्नल भेजा है, एंड देन सक्शन ऐप which has been launched by Election Commission of India. तो चलो, let us start with FDI in space. What is basically FDI? FDI is foreign direct investment. So that is now allowed in space sector. Don't worry, we will look into what basically is foreign direct investments, what are its advantages, and what makes it different from FPI or foreign portfolio investment. Okay? So the finance ministry has given its nod to increase the limit of FDI in some areas of space sector. Not all of them, though liberalization has happened in all of them. Okay? But in some areas, the increase in the limit of FDI is more than others. This decision was taken by Union Cabinet in February itself. The decision is implemented now in April. ठीक है, तो decision was taken in February and decision is implemented in April. What was the decision? कि 100% investment in certain categories of space sector can be done through FDI. ठीक है, तो 100% investments can be made by foreign entities in India's space sector. ठीक है. Now, which are the areas in space sector? Specific areas कौन से हैं in space sector जहां पे 100% investments can be done? Now, these areas are manufacturing and operations of satellite data products, and ground segment and user segments with respect to space sector. Now, remember these three, basically three. This is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. ग्राउंड सेगमेंट एंड यूजर सेगमेंट, दिस 3 एरियाज. ठीक है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. प्रीलिम्स में डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आएगा कि इन विच सेगमेंट्स 100% इन्वेस्टमेंट इज अलाउड इन स्पेस सेक्टर. ऑलराइट, नाउ इन दिस 100%, now what has been done is if investment is made up to 75%, ठीक है, if investment is made up to 75%, that is if there is already a space company in India. ठीक है, the value of that company is 100 rupees. All right, if a foreign company, say SpaceX of Elon Musk, comes and says to this particular company, Indian company, let's say company A, उसको आके बोलते हैं कि sell us 75% of your shares. ठीक है, तो up to 75% or till 75% ना direct transaction can take place. No government nod will be needed. ठीक है, but if the investment is more than 75%, suppose Elon Musk wants to buy company A completely, 100% उसका खरीदना है, so what he will have to do is he will have to take governmental nod. All right, governmental node. Or if Elon Musk wants to build a space company in India itself, then in building that company, 75% of investment Elon Musk can do without taking permission. Without taking permission as such of the government. If the investment in building that company is more than 75%, then he has to take the permission. Now this is called automated route. Automated route matlab you can come directly and make investments. Come directly and make investment. You don't have to basically look into कि गवर्नमेंट क्या बोलेगा, गवर्नमेंट का परमिशन क्या होगा. तो 75% तक इन्वेस्टमेंट इफ इट इज देयर, then automated route is open for you. All right. With respect to other sectors also, other areas also, ठीक है, for example, launch vehicles, associated systems and subsystems, that is systems related to launch vehicle, associated systems related to launch vehicles, and creation of spaceports. Spaceport basically is the place from where spacecrafts are launched and received. ठीक है, तो in that particular area up to 49% investment can be made, through automated route, that is directly come and invest. More than that you will have to take government approval. All right, तो देखो स्पेस सेक्टर में यूनिफॉर्म नहीं है, इन्वेस्टमेंट यूनिफॉर्म नहीं है. All right, under earlier policy na, investment was only allowed through governmental approval, and that too in only two areas of space, that is manufacturing and operating satellites, not in other areas. Now we have expanded the horizon of investment more. All right, also it has to be remembered that the investor has to follow guidelines that are issued by Department of Space. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि you are above sovereignty. That is not possible ना. तो if you are investing in India and in an Indian entity, you are bound by Indian law. ठीक है, and Indian law में it is Department of Space, in Indian governance system it is Department of Space, which looks into administration and which looks into giving guidelines, right? तो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ स्पेस की गाइडलाइंस आपको माननी पड़ेगी बेसिकली ना. रिमेंबर, आई वांट यू टू रिमेंबर these three departments which work directly under the PMO. This can be a question. First is Department of Space, second is Department of Science, and third is Department of Atomic Energy. Now remember, these particular departments have always been under Prime Minister's office. So remember this, a fact that came to my mind while discussing, and it can be asked in prelims examination. ठीक है, तो guidelines of Department of Space have to be followed. Why this notification actually came up now? February May it was agreed upon by the cabinet, but it is been implemented in April. The reason for that is Elon Musk is coming to India. I have highlighted it specially. Elon Musk basically is coming to India, and he is coming to India, and therefore what we have to do is we have to push sectors in which investments can be made by him. So now at this point of time there are two sectors. One is space and other is electrical vehicle. With respect to space ना, his Starlink project is very important, and remember it. ठीक है, एग्जाम में आने के पूरे चांसेस है, especially in 2024 वाला एग्जाम. If you are writing this year, then 2024 वाले एग्जाम में Starlink के बारे में आने के पूरे चांसेस है. What is Starlink? It is the project of SpaceX. SpaceX is company of Elon Musk. And SpaceX basically will provide, under this program it will provide high speed internet access to any place on the planet using constellation, that is group of thousands of low orbiting satellites, low earth orbit satellites. ठीक है, तो remember about Starlink. चलो एक देख लेते हैं what is FDI also. FDI इतना पढ़ा ना, what is FDI? तो as I told you, it is foreign direct investment. फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, ठीक है। नाउ व्हाट इज फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट? फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट इज सब्सटेंशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट where you bring in money, lot of money. I'll tell you what lot of money means. Technical expertise, and also management expertise. FDI provides you control over a particular company. So what happens because of FDI? You get 26%, at least 26% shares in a company, and that puts you on the board of the company. ठीक है? FDI is considered to be better than FPI, that is foreign portfolio investments. Now what happens in foreign portfolio investment is small investments are made. Even if you have large money, you can only buy a certain amount of shares of company, not more than, as I told you, not more than 26%, not more than 26%. And because of that, you are basically free to move to other company or other country at any point of time. आपको कहीं और favorable opportunity दिखा, you run. This is basically short-term investment. FDI is basically long-term investment. यहाँ पे ना either you are creating a company or you are entering into a partnership with an existing company and bringing your expertise. ठीक है? So this is a long-term investment. Long-term investment. FDI is always preferred. देखो both are important for us because both of them bring foreign exchange, but FDI is more important because यहाँ पे ना FDI से क्या होता है ना, there is job creation, we get better, we get technical expertise, all those things. With respect to FPI, what happens is the only advantage that we get is money comes in, and money comes in with foreign exchange. ठीक है? फॉरेन करेंसी में मनी आता है तो वी गेन इन फॉरेन एक्सचेंज, दैट्स इट. दैट इज द ओनली एडवांटेज बेसिकली दैट वी गेट. ठीक है, चलो लेट अस मूव ऑन नाउ. हाँ, विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू एफडीआई ना, प्लीज रिमेंबर चाइना एंड यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स आर द बिगेस्ट रिसिपिएंट. मतलब इन कंट्रीज में सबसे ज्यादा एफडीआई आता है. विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ना, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स सबसे ज्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट करता भी है, so it also makes most of the investments in other countries, so it is also recipient of FDI, number one recipient of FDI, because companies want to invest in United States. Stable है सब कुछ, economy is stable, ठीक है, government is stable. And second thing is United States also makes, people of United States and companies of United States also make most of FDI investments in other countries. ठीक है, चलो देखते हैं क्वेश्चन. एक क्वेश्चन देखते थे. पी नोट इज एसेंशियल इंस्ट्रूमेंट इन एफडीआई कमिंग टू इंडिया. नो 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 नो, पी नोट इज एसेंशियल फॉर एफपीआई इन्वेस्टमेंट, दैट इज फॉरेन पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टमेंट. देखो फॉरेन पोर्टफोलियो इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए ना, व्हाट यू नीड इज, इफ यू आर अ फॉरेनर एंड इफ यू वांट टू इन्वेस्ट इन इंडियन कंपनी दैट इज लिस्टेड ऑन द शेयर मार्केट, तो you will have to come through an entity which is registered with SEBI. All right, and this particular entity will issue P note through which investment basically will happen. ठीक है, now this particular statement is wrong because it is factually wrong, that I know, but it is also wrong because I have, in learning the concept, not read about this concept. देखो in prelims, in multiple choice questions ना, what you have not read is not correct. Now remember this particular mantra, not read matlab not correct. If you do not trust your readings, you will never be able to clear prelims examination. Prelims examination में certainty of knowledge is necessary. अगर आपने एक पर्टिकुलर चीज नहीं पढ़ी है किसी टॉपिक पे तो वो चीज है ही नहीं. In examination there is no time for uncertainty because it will lead to you marking wrong answers. ठीक है, तो पहला स्टेटमेंट गलत है क्योंकि आपने वो पढ़ा नहीं है when you were reading FDI. ठीक है, तो be confident of what you are reading. FDIs are considered to be more stable instruments tools than FPI? Yes, of course, we have looked into it. United States is both the biggest recipient and contributor of FDI in the world. Yes, this is also correct. So both the statements are correct. How many of the statements are correct? B. Only 2 statements are correct. First statement obviously is not correct. Let us now look into the QR community. Okay, now let us look into the QR community. Now, what is QR community? QR community is the one which does not or cannot be compartmentalized into either of the genders known traditionally to the society. They are, for the lack of better word, they are called as Hijra community. ठीक है. There are other groups also, so gay, lesbians, वो भी है. Will not get into them. Will specifically today speak about queer community. ठीक है. They and gays, lesbians and queer community is basically different. Don't confuse yourself with respect to it. Queer community is the one which does not have a certain gender as such from the point of view of traditional thinking of gender of society. So what has happened is, following a Supreme Court order, central government has formed a panel under the chairmanship of Chief Cabinet Secretary. है ना? So this panel has been created neither to statutory law nor constitutional amendment. It has been formed by the executive central government. ठीक है, because the order was passed by the Supreme Court, but its existence is due to the order of Supreme Court. The existence is due to the order of central government. Hence, it is an executive body. Neither statutory body nor constitutional body, but an executive body. Okay. The committee will look into issues faced by queer community along with measures needed to ensure that no discrimination against the community happens in the matters of access to goods and services. जैसे दूसरे citizens को goods and services मिलते हैं, they have access to goods and services, the same should happen with queer community. They should not be discriminated. They should not be kept away from assessing goods and services. It will also look into violence, harassment and coercions faced by the community and push the community towards social welfare. ठीक है, help them in getting their social welfare entitlements. गवर्नमेंट जो स्कीम्स इंप्लीमेंट करती है, उन स्कीम्स का फायदा shall be taken by this community. Panel shall make sure that members of queer community are not made to undergo involuntary medical procedures or surgery. This is basically scary, and this is something that queer community goes against. First and foremost, what happens is there are kidnappings for medical experiments. Now, first and foremost, nobody reports them. Why nobody reports them? Because these communities do not live with their parents or family members. तो कोई है ही नहीं, तो no reporting happens. And even if reporting happens, law enforcement agencies like police take least care with respect to these communities. है ना? Now, who will be the other members of this community? Cabinet Secretary तो हो गए, he will head the community. Who will be the other members? So first and foremost, it is Union Home Secretary. Then we have Women and Child Development Secretary. Then we have Social Justice and Empowerment Secretary as the members. Other members can be added based on their expertise on the matter. Moving ahead, चलो एक क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं इस पे. Now this is elimination method वाला question. Elimination method वाला question, though UPSC has stopped using it, had not used it in 2023 वाला exam, rarely a question was asked in it. Still, I feel that knowing this particular type of question is necessary. ऐसा तो नहीं है ना, UPSC will never ask. ऐसा तो नहीं है. So we'll look into it. Which of the following statements are correct regarding panel form for protecting the interest of Goyal community? The panel shall be headed by principal secretary. Obviously not. We saw that it will be headed by cabinet secretary. First option is wrong. If I look into the codes provided to me, there is only C. जहाँ पे what I see is one is not present. Statement one is not present. Obviously this will be the right answer then. ठीक है, this will be the right answer then. ठीक है, चलो, let us move on to the next issue, and that is with respect to a candidate fighting election from two seats. So Naveen Patnaik has decided to fight elections from two constituencies. Which are they? First and foremost, it is Kanta Banji, and second is Hinjli. Now fighting from two seats is not new. So Prime Minister Modi had done this in 2014. Rahul Gandhi had done the same in 2019 when he fought one seat from Uttar Pradesh and other from Kerala. All right. With respect to our first general election, that is 1952, not 53, I'm sorry, 1952. Atal Bihari Vajpayee had fought from three constituencies. ठीक है, so 1996 से पहले ना, a person could fight from, you know, he could fight from many constituencies basically. 1996 में ये आया कि दो constituencies बस. ठीक है, तो we'll look into the factual information and the analytical part of it, where a candidate wishes to fight from more than one seat. So ये देख लिया हमने, background देख लिया with respect to the topic. Now let us look into the legal provisions. तो section 33(7), section 33 subsection 7 of Representatives of People's Act, what it does is it allows a person to contest election for same office, that is membership of Lok Sabha or membership of Vidhan Sabha, from two constituencies. ठीक है, from two constituencies. Prior to 1996, there was no restriction on the number of constituencies, but now two constituencies, right? If the candidate contests from two seats and wins both, then what will happen is one of the seats he has to resign from, and there will be by-election. He has to resign from one of the seats. In 6 months, and there will be by-elections. For example, Prime Minister Modi fought in UP also and in Gujarat also. What he did after 6 months, within the 6 months is उन्होंने गुजरात का सीट छोड़ दिया, and that seat went for re-election, है ना? Now whether it is right or wrong, that we will not look into right now, because more or less we are dealing with prelims. Constitutional validity of section 33(7) was questioned. ठीक है, ये बोला गया कि why two constituencies? It is against equality basically. ठीक है, two constituencies a candidate will fight, and then what will happen is one constituency he has to leave behind, and therefore there will be again elections. What it will lead to? It will lead to expenses. So it was challenged in the Supreme Court. Challenged in Allahabad High Court, not Supreme Court, in Allahabad High Court, in the case that was Raja John Bunch versus Union of India. The court observed, देखो, Article 101 does not prohibit. The Constitution basically does not prohibit. All right. And दो ही constituencies है ना, दो ही constituencies है, तो basically what the Allahabad High Court said is, this strikes a balance. This basically strikes a reasonable balance between right of candidate to become part of legislature and right of voter. All right, chalo, let us move on to the question. Which of the following statement is are correct with respect to dual membership of legislature? चलो देखते हैं. A person can be member of legislative assembly of the state from two constituencies for a period of 1 year. नहीं, 1 year नहीं, 6 months. We have looked into it. For the purpose of contesting elections from two constituencies In election of legislative assembly, the concerned nominee has to be granted permission by governor of the state. Absolutely not, no such permission is necessary. Normal process hai, he has to fill the AB form, which is the election form, in both the constituencies as prescribed by election commission. खत्म हो गई बात. Permission of governor of the state is not needed just because you are fighting in two constituencies. So which of the statements are correct? None of the statements are correct. Our answer therefore will be D. So मार्स पे नासा का जो क्रॉप्टर था, हेलीकॉप्टर था, what has happened is it has sent its last message. So that is what this news is about, last message. So Ingenuity Mars helicopter has sent its last transmission and the last transmission is a long goodbye. अभी वो क्या करेगा कॉप्टर? It will be immobile, it will not move and it will gather data on Mars. ठीक है, it will continue to gather data. Now this data will be taken up when some other spacecraft reaches Mars and brings back this unit, this copter to Earth. Now this copter basically is of Ingenuity copter is of the size of a tissue box, tiffin box, tissue box, ठीक है. And what it has done is it has basically created history. So it went to Mars on Perseverance rover and once it reached Mars, क्या हुआ? इसने flight भरा. All right, and it orbited Mars. Now this is historic. Why? Because for a first time, a spacecraft made of Earth launched itself from other planet. ठीक है, Perseverance पे गया था, Perseverance Mars पे उतरा, उधर से उड़ा. ठीक है, that is what I am trying to say. All right, Ingenuity, why it was sent to Mars? For the purpose of looking into signs of ancient microbial life. Now at this point of time, it is located at Van Zyl Overlook, a place called that Van Zyl Overlook, and this place is located in Zero Crater of Mars. Now what is crater? It is basically a hole. एक खड्डे में ये कार्टर है, वहां पे इट इज नाउ लोकेटेड. ठीक है, चलो एक क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्पेसक्राफ्ट्स हैज नॉट बीन सेंड बाय नासा टू मार्स? देखो, व्हाई हैव टेकन अप दिस क्वेश्चन, सच अ फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन? बिकॉज आई वांट टू शोकेस व्हाट शुड नॉट बी अटेम्प्टेड. नाउ दिस क्वेश्चन इज अ बाउंसर क्वेश्चन और अ स्पीड ब्रेकर. ऑलराइट, एक्सपेक्ट at least 10 speed breakers every year in every prelims. This question are extraordinarily factual or extraordinarily analytical for any aspirant as such. Some of them may get through, but most of them do not. So these questions have not to be attempted. They should not be attempted unless and until you are 100% sure with respect to the factual information. You know the factual information. ठीक है, I took it up to showcase what kind of questions are those. So यहाँ पे अगर मैं देखूं तो क्या लिखा है? Which of the following spacecrafts have not been sent by NASA to Mars? Perseverance है, अभी मतलब Ingenuity, while reading it we have looked into it. Curiosity है, Maven है, Galileo नहीं है. This has been sent to Jupiter. So if I was an aspirant and I knew 100% that Jupiter पे Galileo has been sent, only then I would have attempted, otherwise I would not have attempted. Alright, now coming to the last news of the day guys, Saksham App. Saksham App has been launched by Election Commission of India and it will facilitate voter registration and other electoral services for whom the target audience here is people with disabilities. ठीक है, now basically what is the aim? The aim is to make voting process, remember this, more accessible and inclusive. For whom? For people with disabilities. All right, now what are the key features? क्या क्या है इसमें जिसके वजह से this app will become accessible and inclusive? This app will make voting accessible and inclusive. First and foremost, it will help in new voter registration. So people with disability have to basically put in their name information such as name, address, mobile number, state, district and constituency, assembly constituency. And once it is uploaded, what will happen is election commission will take note of it. उसके बाद क्या करेंगे, that also I will tell you. Existing voter service क्या है, registered voters can request electoral service by providing EPIC, that is electoral photo identity card number mentioned on their voter ID. So once this is mentioned, तो certain services, which services are those I will tell you. ठीक है, अब भी देखेंगे, don't worry about it. Those service can be availed by the voters that are persons with disabilities. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले क्या सर्विस है, सबसे पहले सर्विस ये है कि once registration is done on this particular app and you provide your name, your address and all those things, and if you are an existing voter and if you update yourself and provide the epic number on this particular app, what will happen is the electoral officer or booth level officer will come to your home and help to assist you. For example, if you are a new voter and if you register on this app, the electoral officer will come to your home for the purpose of registering. Alright, for the purpose of registering you as a voter. Also, what it provides is, it provides user friendliness. It is user friendly. So it can also be assessed by those who are usually impaired individuals. ठीक है, तो voice assistance is provided so for those citizens who are not able to see. Text to speech functionality is provided for the purpose of those who are hearing impaired. Alright, and also for the purpose of better readability, there is availability of color contrast and using larger fonts. ठीक है, the app will provide you information with respect to your polling station. ठीक है, also provide details of the polling officers so that you can contact the polling officers in case of need. Complaints by people of disabilities can be filed on this app with respect to the electoral process. Alright, also through this app, the people with disabilities, so that they can vote with ease, they can make the services, they can use the services of wheelchair and transportation facility to and from the polling station. एक क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं. Now this is typical way in which single statement question on scheme or government initiative is asked. Alright, what is the question? The core purpose of recently launched Saksham App is, or the question might be what is the core purpose. ठीक है, इतना ही difference होगा. This is for single statement questions, not multiple statement questions, and single statement questions still occur. Alright, so इसका answer is A. Facilitate voter registration and electoral services for persons with disability. Done. You're done over here. So here our answer is A. I hope this session was useful for you in terms of understanding current affairs and then analyzing the same. Friends, we'll meet tomorrow again. Alright, and please take benefit of this particular YouTube program. We'll meet tomorrow. We will discuss current affairs. We'll analyze them. Thank you so much on behalf of GS Core. Also guys, a small request, please like the video if it has helped you. Please share the video with your friends so that they also can get benefit out of it. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe.